Hey, it's Julie here from Julie Mary Carmen. Just doing you a quick video about Facebook ads because I know it's something a few of you have been asking me about and curious to know how to do those effectively to grow your list and your following. So a quick video to answer those questions. And Facebook ads are really great because they allow you to access your ideal clients. Facebook is a huge social media community at the moment, as you know, probably the biggest, or certainly one of the biggest. And my experience of using Facebook ads is that it's been a fantastic way to grow my list and really access my ideal clients because of the targeting that Facebook allow you to do. Facebook have so much information about people that other platforms don't have, including, people's interests, their buying habits, what they like, what books they read, what films they watch. They have so much information, and as entrepreneurs, we can use this to our benefit to really target our ads to our ideal clients so that you're not just, randomly putting an ad in front of hundreds of people who might not be interested. Your ad is actually getting in front of the people who care, who find your information valuable and interesting. And ideally, they will be your ideal clients. They will love what you have to say. They'll join your list, and then you start to build a relationship with them. So my experience of Facebook ads is it's one of the fastest ways to grow your list, and certainly worth taking the time to learn. Now, there is a bit of an art to it. It's not something that you can just do straight off the cuff. It takes a little bit of learning and study. Totally worth it, in my opinion, but I have done a lot of the learning and study with the Facebook ads, so it's something that I will be teaching you in my group program. But for now, today, let me just give you a little bit so you can get stuck in, because that is really the key with Facebook ads, is just to get stuck in and give it a try. Set your first budget to something like $10 a day, so that as you're learning how to do the ads, you're not losing out tons of money, because it is a learning process. So if you have a low daily budget to begin with, and then you really master the art of doing Facebook ads, then you can increase your budget, your advertising budget. So I recommend just go to create an ad on Facebook, get stuck in and just have a go. Now, one of the most important things that you need to know about is the targeting. So this is where it says, it's the section that says targeting your audience. And you can get really specific here. So for example, my audience, it's always women, because I work with women between the ages of 30 and 55, because that's who I tend to attract. Now, I work with women entrepreneurs. It doesn't necessarily give you an option for entrepreneur, but you can select self-employed as their career. And the very best thing in the targeting that I found to use is the interests section, because in there you can target any pages they've liked. So for me, things like if they've liked the Entrepreneur Association, or some of the bigger players like Gina DeVee or Marie Forleo, I can put those pages in the interest section, and then my ad will be displayed to people who have said that they like those pages. You can target gender, we've spoken about. Also, you can pick your countries. So I usually target the UK, the United States, Australia. Where else do I target? I think those are my main ones I do at the moment. But yeah, you can get really specific. And Canada. Canada is my other one. Because you don't want to be targeting countries where either they don't speak English, so they won't understand your ad, or there are none of your ideal clients. Now, I know some of my colleagues get even more specific and focus in on, towns and counties and so on, because, say in Canada, there's a lot of rural area there. So people who live in very rural mountains may not be your target market. They may be, I don't know. But these are some of the things that you can start to think about and get really specific with your targeting. Now, this is why we say, and I say over and over again to you, know your target market, know your ideal client. You need such a level of clarity that you know what magazines they're reading, what books they're reading, what they love to do, and the pages that they like on Facebook. If you know this about them, you can get in front of them. And this is when you can make your Facebook advertising really profitable. So that is probably the most important thing when you're creating your ads, is to get the targeting right. And you can experiment with this and just change one thing at a time, so you get to you get to see what works. What else? Use a great picture. So you want a picture. I think it's best to use one of you, but you don't have to. That's my personal preference. But make it a really good one, not some home shot that doesn't show you up in your best light. Ideally a professional picture, but if you don't have one of those, just a really good, clear headshot of you that really conveys the message that you want to get to your target audience. So use a great pic. Make sure that your text is interesting. Don't be the same as everyone else. Don't write your ad like free training call, learn how to get 5 clients. Don't start it that way. Everyone's doing that. Right, so my ads, I'll give you an example. My ads are for getting your first clients. They're for female entrepreneurs and service-based and coaches who want to get their first clients. However, I don't start with that. I start with, I think it says something like, getting my first high-end clients, created the income that allowed my husband and I to travel for 9 months last year in France and Italy. And then I talk a bit about sort of freedom and going to the US to meet my mentor at the end of last year. So you see how that's different. I'm talking about the benefits first and telling them a little story, because remember, it is social media. People are there to be social. They're not there necessarily to buy. So you really want to add value, add to the user experience, and one way you can do that is to tell a story. And then yes, I say what I'm offering them, something free that they can opt into and really get value from, like a fact sheet is one of the ones I've got at the moment, or a free training call. And then I say learn the secrets of how to get your first high-end clients, and so on and so on. So you're still leading with the benefits, but start with something interesting. Start with a little bit of personal information, something that just adds value in terms of a social experience. So they're coming on there to be interested, to learn about you, to be social. So grab their interest with something like that. Don't just be another one of the people who puts free training call as your headline. So I hope that makes sense. We will be going a lot more in depth with this on the group program. So, you'll get really in-depth training there and you can ask me your questions. But I just wanted to give you something for now so you can be getting on with it. The very best way to use your Facebook ads is to build your list. So you don't want to be sending them to a sales page, because at that point people don't know, like and trust you, and they need to know, like and trust you before they're going to buy from you. So at this point it's about getting them on your list so that you can then create a relationship with them, offer them lots of free stuff, lots of value, really enrich their lives, and then from that point, if it's a good fit, they will go on to become your clients and buy from you. So you want to be sending your Facebook traffic from your ad to a squeeze page. And if you don't know what a squeeze page is, it's basically an opt-in page that you send your traffic to and they can opt into your list. Now you can do this on your website, or I love to use lead pages because they're really clean, professional looking opt-in pages. You can put a picture and then just list the benefits that they'll get from your opt-in offer. And that is the very best way to use Facebook ads, so that you're building your list, because otherwise people will just come and go. If they're getting on your list, then you've got them there. You can start to email them. And by the way, when you get your list, don't just let it sit there. You need to be communicating with them at least a couple of times a week, please, please, please do this, because if you don't, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money building up your list. You need to then communicate with your list. Don't let it go cold. I hope that has been helpful and valuable for you and made lots of sense. As I say, we are going to go more in depth in this in the group program, 90 days to receive your high-end clients, and this is starting at the end of February. I am going to extend the early bird price of £300 just for another week or two. So yeah, if you are interested in that, let me know, and we'll be diving real deep into the Facebook ads, amongst many other things, such as growing your list, copywriting, getting clients, all that good juicy stuff, success mindset. We'll be covering it all. I've got you covered, so I really look forward to seeing you in the group program, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Lots of love.